Hi, guys. Welcome to a beautiful and very stylish episode, Season 3, Fashionably Purnia. I have two of the most beautiful, stylish people in India on this episode today who both do amazing things in fashion and beyond. So we have Dhruv Kapoor and Kulsum Shadab Wahab. Is there anything else I'm missing?
No.
Okay. So thank you so much for being here, you beautiful people.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
Everyone's gonna wonder what the connection is between you two. You both have fashion labels. You have a fashion label called Ara Lumiere, and I'm gonna get to that because what you do with that label is incredible. And you have a label called Dhruv Kapoor. I've sold your clothes before. We've had an association. There's a Dhruv Kapoor dress I had that I've worn so much that it's torn several times. My tailor's like, "Aap naya le lo." I can't fix it anymore. So I gave it to him and I was like, please make it in every print and color because it was so chic and comfortable. But your connection is through Milan. Is that true?
No, it was
No.
Bombay when I saw this lady in something very sparkly coming down the escalator at the Palladium Mall.
Yeah, really?
And I'm like, who's that? And
Who's
then
that
from
stunner?
there, it took off and it's come to a point where we speak, I think, every day. If I total it up to almost 2 hours.
You speak every day?
Every day.
I didn't know that this was such a close friendship.
Yeah.
No, it's incredible.
Oh, that's amazing.
So everything about me, she's aware of and vice versa.
Yes.
I
So,
hope.
did you go to Milan first and then tell her on your daily conversations that you also come?
You went
A
first.
season before,
You went a season before.
but it's not really something that you could apply and get in.
like, there's no guarantee to get in.
No, it's only on invite. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
got it once, and then the next season we both did it together. Then we did a couple of seasons in partnership together.
Oh, you did?
And then from there we branched into two separate entities.
That's when I started apparel.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Ara Lumiere, which is your brand. I'm going to come back to Milan because that's going to be the really fun part of the conversation. Also, like, I've never been to Milan Fashion Week, so I just kind of want to know what goes on from you guys. Actually, I have once a very long time ago, but it was very quick and I don't really remember much. So Ara Lumiere is this beautiful, amazing brand with a very, very strong purpose. It's a purpose-driven brand. You support acid victims, survivors in India. Throwing acid on women, it's such a huge crime in India. And you support those survivors, and they are the ones who work on your collections. And that's how this brand came about. Do you want to tell me a little bit about it? Because it's so incredible what you're doing.
Thank you, Panya. So Ara Lumiere was a therapeutic workshop. When I started working with the survivors, I just wanted to give them a purpose. I wanted to give them financial means, make them feel worthy of what they are.
Yeah.
Because the way the fashion industry has embraced it, they prove that fashion is not just about glamour. It's about impact. It's about purpose. It's about giving somebody a voice. These voices were silenced for way too long. And these women who work at Ara Lumiere today, they were not confident at all as people. They just felt like society would never accept them because of their scars. And today they are actually on the forefront in mainstream conversations because I had a survivor sitting on the WHO platform, one of the largest conferences in the world, and she was speaking, and I was so proud because I didn't say a word at that conference. She was the one leading the entire show. So it was a very, very proud moment for me because even going back to Milan, they received the Social Impact Award on the stage of Theatre Scala. That was true victory over violence for me because getting there and the kind of love they received, the openness of the people in Milan, we are redefining what beauty is, what fashion is, and bringing them into mainstream conversations today. And it's been super organic, and that's what I'm proud about because they have achieved this on their own.
It's so beautiful. That's so amazing. What is the goal? What is this mighty goal that you speak of?
What has happened in Milan has not happened in my own country.
Okay.
It's very sad because I belong
Country
here.
yet.
Yes,
It will
in
happen.
country yet.
Yeah.
Being a psychology student, I understand what those women go through because they're so challenged in every way, not only physically, financially, emotionally.
Yeah.
So when you don't let them come in the midst of society, when they're ostracized, when they're cut off from everything, they're doubly wounded. So what I feel is now what I'm trying to do is speak at schools. Earlier I used to say, oh, I'm busy, I'm not going to do it. There's
Right.
no time to
Yeah.
do it. Speak at schools, colleges. But today I'm just taking up that offer because I came across an incident which happened in front of my eyes. There was a survivor who came to drop her child at school, and there was another mother who came in to drop her child, and she shut her child's eyes because she didn't want her to see this woman who's so scarred and
Right.
I don't blame that woman at all because, society has not addressed these problems. I'm not saying one cause is greater than the other, but Panya, what is worse than losing one's identity?
I agree.
In Milan, we've done a lot of collaborations. Designers come forward, artists come forward. We've had a lot of collaborations. In India, it's not happened. And even on the day of elimination of violence against women, the whole of Milan city comes together in the Duomo Square. And that just is so moving. It's so powerful because I believe when people unite, great things can happen.
Right.
You're creating impact. And it's a message to many survivors all around the world that they are not alone.
Yeah. In a place like India, where there are so many problems, right? There's so much violence against, say, children. There's so much sexual violence against women. Education is a problem. Meals are a problem in schools. And it's not just India. There are a lot of countries who are facing a lot of different issues. So I think what happens is people who want to do good and who are well-meaning, they also get divided. They feel like, where do I start? Because there's so much. Somewhere, I think people who really want to make a difference, they choose something which speaks to them. For some people, it's animals. For some people, it's children. And then some people feel overwhelmed with the amount of issues, and they sometimes feel numb and they do nothing. And some people just don't care, let's be honest, because you see it on the news all the time. In a place like Milan, this may not be so common. So when they hear about this, they're horrified. Us as Indians, when we see this kind of news about this kind of violence against women all the time, how do we not get immune to it?
I want to turn their struggles into strength,
Yeah.
pain into power, and
Yeah.
make an impact in their lives, which is like for a lifetime. I want to change the trajectory of women to begin with and give them a better life, and then with the children as well.
People don't understand how important a woman, a mother's mental health and well-being is for the child. I think a lot of men who think they're good fathers don't realize that you can't be a good father until your child's mother has her emotional needs like taken care of and she's in a good place. Anyway, so how proud are you of your friend?
Oh, incredibly.
Yeah.
In fact, that takes me back to our beginning.
Yeah.
When I was still in Milan and building the brand mostly in my head.
Right.
And there were a lot of these strange things that were happening back in the country. I don't want to name them though.
Yeah.
And that made me feel that, okay, what can I do that would not make a woman be perceived as someone who's fragile, who's delicate, because we are all here because of a woman.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. They are the ones who are bringing us onto the planet.
Right.
And so even if you look at our offering in terms of clothes, it's always bold. You will never see a very delicate, fragile approach to anything we do,
That's very interesting.
even if it's lace.
So it's to empower. Yeah.
Absolutely. But we do see, like I've noticed earlier when I used to interact with clients, I would see that for some women who were in that shell, somehow it never looked good on them.
Maybe because of the lack of confidence?
But I was more excited to break that shell for them through the clothes and at least give them something which is more like armor to wear.
Yeah.
Whether you are still fragile, we all are
Right.
deep within.
Yeah.
But how could you just feel all that power simply through clothes?
I want to expand on this a little more. How fashion can really be empowering? Because, fashion can be seen as frivolous, right?
Yeah, just to start from that point where you left it, frivolous, be it a businessman, a corporate leader, they are also the ones who are calling it frivolous. That, oh no, this is all glamour, it has no root to it, no
Right.
ground to it. But these are the same people who are matching their tie and making sure it's sitting perfectly.
Yeah.
In the end, I always go back and remind people of a time when you were younger. We all had that age.
Yeah.
Where you would just go, when your parents are not home, you would pick and choose things from their closet.
Yeah.
Whether the shoes were big, the outfits were extremely large.
Right.
But it never mattered how big or ill-fitting the piece was. As long as that shoe made the clacking sound, you were good.
Yeah.
You would look in the mirror, you would go tuck with the heel.
Right.
It was never about what it actually looked like, but the emotion it generated. This is one element that we really like to use in the brand, whether it's color or whether it's putting certain elements in certain areas. They are always done with a sense of uplifting. If you read the Vedic scriptures, Saturday is for black, which is ruled by Saturn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So there
Guys,
is a-
Wednesdays are for pink is over. Saturdays are for black.
So it is actually ruled by Saturn.
Yeah.
And it is going to be one color that is going to push you to your best potential.
Really?
So the energy
That's so
flows
interesting.
more freely. So we are in fact releasing a second vertical to the brand, a part of which caters to days of the week, just to ensure that
how
the energy is
interesting.
flowing. Even in the new collection, we had these shirts, which I love to call them the breathing shirts.
Yeah.
It has a really cool graphic in front, but when you open the shirt, it's a breath work, like pranayam manual.
Oh, wow.
Because that is the easiest practice, which I keep pestering her to do. I don't know how much she does it,
Yeah.
but it just calms everything down.
So we can buy the whole week. This is smart, huh? Instead of
Yeah.
buying one dress, you're like, I need 7 outfits because I need one for every day of the week. Very smart.
The main brand, that is Dhruv Kapoor,
Yes.
is becoming more and more elevated. It is more focused on occasion, on special pieces which are more handcrafted. And all the fun that we have had, the pop culture influence, whether it was Godzilla or any other collaboration that we've done, is all moving to K2, which is how we call it.
It's going to be
Which
like
is-
a Pret brand.
It is more easy, it is
Yeah,
more
yeah.
accessible, it is, everything ends within 20K.
And so it's called K2.
It's Kapoor 2.0.
And when is it launching?
Hopefully by June is
That's
when we
exciting.
release it
Yeah.
first. So these are more hyper pieces, they are more younger and much more accessible. Whereas the main moves a little deeper into specially developed textiles from here, from Japan, from Italy, from China, wherever. It's a big mix.
Right.
But these ones are, yeah, this is going to be the more young part of the brand.
Right. I see some very like prevalent social media personalities like I Deserve Couture. What's his name?
Hanan.
I love him. He's worn that jacket so many
So
times.
many times.
He loves it. He's
He
like,
loves,
I'm going to
yeah.
meet the ladies. I want to show off my Dhruv Kapoor
Yeah.
jacket. Like the response in the West has been very good for your clothes, right?
As long as I'm able to deliver that message of empowerment, I'm okay. Like I
Yeah.
don't need the party, I don't need the
What
the camera.
inspires your collections? Like where do you come up with these really cool silhouettes? There's so many copies of yours in the market. You
But
know, the
let-
ones with the drawstring,
Yeah, yeah,
all these
yeah.
cheap copies everywhere. So where is the original inspiration? Like empowerment is definitely one. What else?
So if I go back to, again, to the beginning,
Yeah.
print was something that I absolutely hated.
Oh, really?
And so then I learned after a lot of reading about different things, how to approach new avenues is to pick up something that you hate and then twist it around till you fall in love with it.
That is super
So it remains
interesting.
true to who you are and
Yeah.
you give it a new flavor, a new twist, and you can build it in whichever format that is personal to you.
Yeah.
So we would normally start like that, but now it's taken a more corporate twist to it, but still the creative process remains untouched.
Yeah.
I would normally hear people talking, not intentionally eavesdropping, but you can always listen to the conversation. And sometimes it would be a reaction to that. In my own format, I don't really disclose what I heard. But the whole idea is that sometimes people are blocked in a very limited frame.
Yeah.
We want to just poke that bubble and make it a little larger,
Right.
which is always about them. Just to remind them that they are perfect, they are whole, and they are complete.
Right.
So ideally, that's what I enjoy doing. My biggest aim and the biggest dream for the brand is to complete that cycle. Right now, we make clothes, which is the outer aesthetic that is tapping into your emotion or your core.
Right.
But I want to work on the holistic centers, which straight up tap into your core. So that's my biggest plan, where we work with sound, with light, and experiences where you walk in and you come out a completely different person. So we are there to break all the muck that has gotten onto your mental, physical, astral body, clear that out and put you back where
You're
you
going to
are.
start working on experiences now.
Correct.
That's so lovely.
So I
It's
ideally
nice
want
to
them.
evolve into different
Evolve,
things,
yeah.
No,
right? As you
absolutely.
grow
Do
older
different
and
things,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I still have a lot I want to share, and a lot I want to build, but I think that keeps running. The teams are in place.
Now you've done your groundwork for that.
so
right?
we want to expand.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so tell me a little about Milan Fashion Week. Is Milan Fashion Week very different from Paris and New York and London?
Yes, I think it's all heart. The openness, the warmth, and the love that they give you, it's just beyond amazing. Even if there were challenges, even if there was those little experiences, whatever, we just embraced it and we've had such a good time. I've had many firsts
Yeah.
in the whole process, and I don't think I want it any other way. I'm always reminding Dhruv, remember during this show we did this, and you know,
Crazy times. The shoes were flying.
What about the
People are
train?
outside. Nobody's ready. She got on a train, forgot to press the button to open the
I
door,
didn't
and
know
went
how
ahead.
to go on a train. So I called Dhruv and I said, Dhruv, this train is just not stopping at Venice.
She reached a
What is
different
happening?
city. You left
I
the-
reached somewhere else.
So that's Kulsum when she's on public transport. But we've had really good times.
What do they do different in Milan for Fashion Week as opposed to Paris, for example? So
The
in Milan.
Fashion
Yeah.
Council, you know, lets you communicate the message of your brand much stronger. I had the privilege to use this as a very powerful tool to convey the stories of these survivors. And I'm doing it every season in such a beautiful way because Ara Lumiere every season gives a new different story,
Right.
a new different aspect to what the women are going through, communicating this message. So the community grows bigger. The brand has grown from accessories to apparel, and now I'm even launching Ara Pret.
Exactly.
which
And you're
is-
wearing it.
Yes.
And it looks so amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. It's for the Indian market, which is affordable luxury, because I want every woman to be a part of this movement. And it's only happened because of Milan, because of the storytelling, which is very important, I think. When you hear stories, when you share stories, that's when real impact happens.
No, they are. The
love.
council is more like family now.
Really?
It's
That's
like
so nice.
They
Maybe
have
it's an
these-
Italian thing. You know,
Yeah.
Italians are so warm and they're just
Yeah,
like,
that's
they make
true.
everybody a family. And
course,
maybe it's a
just-
cultural
No, it's
thing.
incredible the kind of
Yeah.
support we have got, both of us.
Yeah, both of us.
And it's actually insane because so many times they are willing to pay for everything. You just come, bring your thing, set it up, and they would expose it to maximum press. But obviously, we've grown from that.
Yes, because you know it's all about what you're supporting, and they stand so strong for it.
That's so beautiful.
We
that
still miss that wedding though.
You're
but-
supposed to go to a wedding in Milan?
One of the council friends that we
Yeah,
had, we
right.
had to go for her wedding, and we were both elsewhere. I don't know where we were in the world.
I didn't. Yeah, it was.
But they have really, like, I feel we have really pressed their buttons as well.
Yeah,
But it
they
never
have.
felt like they were annoyed or angry or it's a burden.
Maybe they just love what they do and they're not stressed about it.
Yeah,
It's
they
it's
just-
probably a cultural
You
thing
know,
too.
honestly, it's about emotional investment and what we have been doing, and it's the personal connect as well, and connect with the women. It's not only during Fashion Week; they connect with me all the time to check on how each woman is doing because they now know them by their names.
How
and they've also,
lovely.
when they were in Milan, the women were in Milan. The way they were embraced, each one of them wanted to take them out. They did hairstyles for them, they did makeup for them, they made them feel so beautiful that the women didn't want to leave Italy. And then the other women asking me, when are you
I mean, if
taking
you
me
take me
back?
also, I won't want to
when
leave
are you
Italy.
taking back to? When are you taking us back?
But that stage you went on, that's a different ball game altogether.
The entire fashion community was there, like everyone, all the big names were
It's
there.
like the
and-
Italian Met.
When
Yeah.
they were awarding you
Yeah.
for Ara Lumiere and the women, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's beautiful.
Everyone cried, you know, so many people came up to me and spoke to me and they were like, you know, this is just amazing what's happened. And it was a true message to all the survivors that even they have hope.
Yeah.
And this has happened only because of Milan, and we can't be more grateful.
That's true.
What about your vision, Kulsum? We went, the first time we went as an audience to the award
Yeah,
show.
you have to
And
know this.
Kulsum was, we were just
2019.
chatting. She also slept in the
2019.
middle.
Yeah.
And
He didn't know Italian then. I wasn't speaking Italian then.
Yeah.
I didn't, yeah.
let's not go there.
Yeah.
And Kulsum told me, she's like, one day I want to get the survivors here.
Manifestation. You
Yeah.
said it.
And
2019.
both of us are never bothered about how something is going to happen. You
Yeah.
just want
we
something.
don't push it ever.
Just,
You
It's
just put it
very-
out.
yeah, and let it go.
Yeah. And then which year did you end up going?
2022, after COVID.
Just 3 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I still remember goosebumps when I had, like, you know, I got the invitation letter, like they are going to award us. I can't tell you what it felt like because we know how prestigious it is.
What's the
to
name
get
of the award exactly?
CNMI Social Sustainable Awards. CNMI Sustainable Awards, yeah.
Okay, let's segue a little bit into some fashion talk. Luxury has become such a overused term. Tell me what this means to you.
I think there are two sides to it. There is a mindset that you grow up with
Right,
and you are groomed in a certain format.
right.
It's either that or is something you're going to adopt as you are growing up. And these two different mindsets approach fashion, luxury, or aesthetic or experience in general in two very different ways. Now, depending on that, either you are taught from a very early age that, okay, this is important, or you see it around you, things to be in a proper way, you just start doing it like that. So there is a fixed thing for you, even though you might go for the trend, but only if it aligns with you.
Right.
Whereas somebody who's not got that in them, they need to look at what is happening and what is going to work for them. Sometimes they get it really wrong.
Yeah.
Like something that is not meant for their body will suddenly land up on their body just
Yeah.
because it is out there.
Yes.
And that is only done to be a part of the community.
Right.
And that community, in all honesty, does not exist. It's never going to get together.
It's a perception.
It's just
like
make
a-
believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And otherwise, you know what works for you. You know your colors and you're going to stay there.
Right.
You're going to once in a while just take a risk and do something fun. But otherwise, you know exactly what you want. Like I'm very picky.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I would wear, but I've made some really weird purchases, especially when it comes to shoes or a one-off jacket. I picked
Right.
up things that are still tagged and hanging in the closet. I
Right.
would never wear them. Like she, on the other hand, is a risk taker.
Yeah. I can't-
Everything wild is in her closet.
If the herd is doing it, she wants to go in the exact opposite direction.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
You
And
are
I
the
can't-
herd and the leader. But her herd is,
She's running away from the herd.
Yeah.
She's
she
running
doesn't
away.
care. That's the best part because she doesn't care
Yeah.
about what the trend is.
Yeah.
Even though she will have all the trendy things, but it doesn't matter. If
Right.
it works for her, if she can express
Yeah.
herself, that's about it, I feel.
Yeah. I just can't wear an outfit the way it is. This is a problem.
my
I've
mother has
had.
this problem
Yeah, I
also.
just so it's very easy for me to get dressed. I just take 10 minutes
Yeah.
because the look is made in my head and I know what accessories, what's going with it, and it's done. But then I just can't wear it the
You
way
have
it
to
is.
make it your own,
Yeah.
basically.
It has to be
and
my
for
own.
me, that is true style. I'm going to ask you something fun, might be a little controversial. Can you describe the style of the quintessential social Delhi girl and Bombay girl?
I think the Delhi one wants to be noticed.
Validated.
Everything is done for attention. I might lose every possible client. But so we have that segment in the brand.
Right.
The Bombay one does not really care. She's more easy.
Casual.
She knows who she is and she does not need to rub it into anybody's face. But speaking of that, in the end, what is selling here is the same product that is selling there. But it's just the way it is put out, what bag is going with it.
Or the intention
But I love
with which
them
they're buying
all
it. Yeah.
before I...
Yeah.
It's put together in a way that would not be jarring.
Right.
So we now prefer to
I mean-
sell the full look.
Nothing wrong with wanting to be noticed.
No, absolutely not. I love that aspect because I'm the opposite. So everything minimal and boring in the brand is what I would pick up.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side. Sometimes it's good to be noticed, good to get the attention.
Name any 2-3 people in India whose style you love.
I think I love Anamika Khanna's style.
Her personal style is very
Her personal
cool.
style
Yeah.
is very cool because we see her casually.
Yes.
So I love her personal style. I think she's very cool.
Let's do actors because everybody recognizes
I
actors.
feel they all have phases. According to me, they all have
Oh,
phases.
yeah?
Sometimes they would be really good.
I think
sometimes
the
they
phase
would
depends on
go-
which stylist they're with.
But I enjoy the way Karan would play. He doesn't care what somebody
He's
else
himself.
Yeah.
That's
If he
wonderful.
enjoys that,
Yeah.
just like you, so she bought, I think, the whole thing. The first collection we ever did.
Yeah, he's told me this earlier. Yeah.
And I still have that email. Everything was there for the family, for somebody. Karan's the same. He would order and he would order like a store. And you enjoy making special things for him because there is so much passion. He enjoys wearing what he's wearing. He doesn't care what somebody else is thinking. So for these kind of people, you just want to sit with them and build what they want.
Yeah.
Sometimes we would agree to do like custom looks. Even Ria, the way she would put something together for Sonam, sometimes it's commendable. Most of the
Yeah,
times,
100%.
actually.
Yeah, it's just like, when you're effortless and easy. Like my husband, I think his style is so effortless, so easy. He wears a lot of Dhruv as well, and he loves his clothes. It's just so, there's nothing much, there's not much effort, but he just makes it so cool. I like shopping from my own wardrobe sometimes. It's things I've bought and I've never worn for years
Then you forget.
together.
You're like,
and
"Oh,
I
that's new."
forget.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just making my own new looks.
So I only make looks when I'm packing. Otherwise, I just buy randomly and I figure quite spontaneously what I want to wear, but only for packing because I don't want the luggage to be too much. So at least if I know that I'm wearing these things in these looks in these 5 days or whatever, then my luggage would not be like I won't have too many. I won't have to carry
Even
too many
I travel
extra
very
things.
light.
One brick I want to throw, she would normally be 200
All her lies, just
kilos.
expose them, okay? Just expose them.
200 kilos,
Yeah.
Kulsum.
Yeah.
Because the boots take up all the space and I
Yeah.
need to
Kusum's from Bangalore. She cannot wear her boots there, so she needs to
No,
take
no, she
them
would.
all out to Europe when she goes.
I don't
Yeah.
think you care for the weather.
No, I don't.
She will
care.
sweat, get wet,
Oh,
but she
you're
will
mad.
wear it.
You're crazy.
I mean, if
never
I
do
want to
that.
wear something, I'll just wear it.
Really? What are some of your favorite stores in Milan? Because you guys know Milan better than most people at this point. What are some of your favorite stores in Milan?
Honestly, my shopping is all done by my husband.
Really?
Yeah, all done
you
by my
trust him?
husband. Totally. My shoes, my bags, my clothes, everything's bought by my husband.
He's your
Nobody
stylist?
knows about this like Dhruv knows. He just comes back with like suitcases
truck
full
full.
of, of things for me because he's a better shopper and he's a shopaholic. I can't shop like him. I can never
No,
shop
Kulsum,
like
but
him.
you do book a car for the day and you go from one shop
But
to
he's
the
even
other.
worse.
That's
Like he's
only
even
Avenue
more
Mall.
than you. I
Yeah,
mean, you
yeah.
shop, but he shops like crazy.
I do it once in a
But
way,
still,
but
tell
he's doing
me
it
one
all
or two
the time.
favorite stores in Milan.
Antonia.
What is
Credible.
Antonia? Tell me.
Is a multi-brand and they have all the cool brands. Some young, some like a Margiela would
Very
be there, an
eclectic.
Ambush is there.
Yeah.
And they have this new one called Dark Park, which is a very easy cotton brand.
Antonia-
Modus
what-
is
I
another
I
one.
love Modest.
Antonia is a multi-brand in Milan. And what is Modus? Is that
Modest is also a
has
multi-brand.
multi-brand.
So these are the two cool
Yeah,
shops in
they're
Milan.
very
Very
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
If somebody likes a Rick Owens kind of vibe, then it's Antonioli, which is very nice. It is more
Antoniali.
Antonioli.
Nioli. That's a whole another store.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole concept is a little more grunge, more gothic, but
Yeah.
they would have Rick Owens, Margiela, some brands that I can't pronounce, and the Müller Meister. So
Yeah.
they will have that range of people,
Right.
but a different mood.
Do they still have 10 Corso Como?
It's a foundation now,
Okay.
and they have moved it out of Corso Como. So that is, I don't know
Interesting.
what's happening in Corso Como now.
What do you guys think about online shopping? Like, do you personally shop online?
Oh, yes.
Do a lot of your clients shop your looks online?
If they are repeat clients,
Then
they are
Yeah.
okay to purchase. That's
yeah.
the same for me. If I've tried something, I know the sizing, then I'm not bothered. Then I'll keep ordering.
Right.
Otherwise, it will never be clothes as such, but mostly shoes or a bag or accessories. I'm okay to purchase those online, which I do on repeat. Or clothes would mostly be Nike. I never really buy any clothes as such.
Like functional clothes. You buy
Correct.
things for like for
Yeah.
workouts or whatever. What about you? Do you
I'm
shop online?
technically challenged.
This
He
one
shops
can't.
for me. If I need something, I'll tell him, Dhruv, can you please
Even
order this
Amazon.
for me?
Kulsum can't order Amazon
No.
also.
Do you have
I
an
can't.
Amazon account?
No,
Nor do I. I
No.
use my sister's.
no. I have to tell my EA or I have to tell one of my friends or
Yeah.
my, I'll tell Dhruv, can you please order this for me?
Yeah. Technology and Kulsum don't really sit. I told her in the car, I said, tell me how far you are. I sent her the location pin. I said, check and tell me. She's like, I don't know how to do all this. She sent the car and I'm in it. I said, oh, okay.
Thank God I sent you a card.
Yeah. I said, I'm not going to sit and do Google Maps and do all of
It
that.
was very easy. But
That's
anyway.
hilarious. Do you think being in Milan has helped you? Has helped your business?
Oh, yes. 100%.
Why? It gives you validation so then even Indians want to buy you? Like, what's the reason?
In the beginning, the minute you go out and you boom there,
Right.
your home country is going to perceive you in a completely different format.
So
Go
it gives you that
global, come local.
validation. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the process to get into Milan Fashion Week? Like, is it like you said, there's an application, but is it very difficult? Because why are such few people there?
Partially, it's invite.
It's in
So if you are out there or if you are a part of something, a contest, and you get into there, spectrum.
Okay.
So it just becomes a
They
channel
notice
for you to enter.
they
Correct.
they scout you out. They have to find you and then invite you.
Yeah.
So it's very exclusive.
It's, yeah, very exclusive and totally depends on the talent as well.
So only after you do a bunch of things consistently are you even offered the runway space. Like we were not allowed to do runways. You are still not doing runways.
No, not yet.
But I don't think that's your plan
No.
anyway.
Yeah.
But to even get to that point where you could do a show, I had to wait for at
Okay.
least 3 years to keep doing presentations. I think the last thing there to do a show is extremely expensive.
Oh, is
So
it more
one should
expensive than Paris?
No, they would practically sit on the same
The same cost. Yeah.
Because you should just be sure, so if anybody is going, that they're going to make that revenue back. That's the only thing. And probably double, triple, quadruple it.
Yeah.
Because that's the plan. Initially, you might just be watering everything out. But if you are patient, it's
So a
going
designer
to
has
start
to be able
multiplying.
to even afford it.
Afford
Yeah.
To
it,
be
you
able
know,
to
if
go
you're
to a
ready
Milan
to-
or a
yeah.
Paris. So I guess you have to be established to a certain level to be able to even go to be able to afford it also.
Otherwise, you can do like something that is more occasional. A special pop-up. If they know you, they can approach you for that. I think
Yeah, a
For
special
smaller
pop-up at a
things.
store
Yeah.
or something like that.
like just to build the buzz.
And to maybe get to know them, they can get to know your work.
Panya, by the end of the day, it's the connections you have and the network that you have built over time that really helps. And it takes a couple of years to get there. Because
Oh, yeah,
even
yeah.
Dhruv now, like, you know, his shows have like the top people attending the shows, not only from Milan, from all over the world. So when I have a presentation or I had a dinner recently, I had the biggest names of fashion coming and supporting it and speaking about it because I highlighted the cause and what we are doing behind the scenes at Hotur Foundation, how we are taking care of the surgeries and how each survivor is benefiting. So they want to come and hear those stories. So it's building a community. End of the day, it's like your connections and the community that
No, I
you
think
built.
there's one community that you build
Yeah.
externally, but you need one giant team to even manifest.
Back home to
No,
like
back home-
support you.
No, that is always there.
Yeah.
But even in Italy, like there are, I think, about 43 people that work with us during the show time. They're all the same people.
Wow.
And you really
That's
need
your
to.
team. 43 people
Yeah.
to help you
Yeah,
get this
I
together.
think it's
To
probably
help
more,
you.
but
So it takes a village to put
Yeah,
this
yeah.
together. This is crazy.
not
the
easy.
lighting, the sound, the stylist, we normally try to fly the stylist in before.
Yeah.
Luckily, I speak some Italian, but that also after 10 minutes, I'm
But
dreaming
what
where do I
about
go.
you before the show? You have to meet Dhruv before his show, or you have to speak to him before his show.
Why?
He's either with a face mask or he's just chilling. Like, you know, he speaks to me like it's any ordinary day. I said, Dhruv, aren't you showing in 1 hour now? Like it's exactly. He's the coolest person before his show.
You're so lucky that you're able to be so.
he's,
That's
he's got that
amazing.
calm in
it's
him.
the breath
He's like,
work.
everything's going to happen. It's going to fall in place. And we are talking about irrelevant things right before the show.
Okay, now 2 questions before we end. Where do we find this shirt which has the whole breathwork pranayam written in it? How do we buy it? Where do we find it?
That should be out in June on our website.
So this shirt has not come out yet.
No,
It's like
One.
a white shirt.
no,
or
it's a print. It's
a
a graphic.
printed shirt and it has the whole breathwork inside.
Correct.
So we can buy this in June
Correct.
on your website.
Yeah.
Because I think we all need this.
So cool.
in life.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you was, what's the name of the foundation that supports these women? The
Hotur
brand is Ara
Foundation.
Lumiere.
Hotur Foundation.
Hutur. How do
Yeah.
you spell that?
Hothur.
If people want to help these women, acid attack victims, they want to do something, maybe with their time,
Yes.
maybe financially, in whichever way they can, what can they do, Kulsum?
You
What
know,
can they
right
do?
now I was just speaking to Dhruv in the car.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, when I actually say help, it means advocacy, giving survivors jobs or getting them involved in regular routines and whatever we can help them with, and creating a movement, because I think it's a humane movement everybody should be a part of.
Right.
And we should try to end this in our country. Like, you know,
Yes.
just talk about it, get them involved, get them in all whatever businesses we can help them with. And
Can somebody email you if they have any questions
Or
as to
Instagram.
how
of
to?
course,
Right.
Instagram, email, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Instagram,
have
to Ara Lumiere, right?
To even Hotur Foundation
Hotur
or even to
Foundation.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a lot of people, when they come as volunteers, they want to be a part of it. And now I have a lot of people saying that can we
Yeah.
create art? Can we create,
They want to
it's magical
collaborate
when,
or- yeah.
magical when people come up with new ideas, maybe because sometimes I'm burnt out. And you need new ideas, you need fresher ideas. And I can't be the only one doing everything. So it's good to have people join the entire movement.
That's amazing. Okay, guys, so Instagram and you can get in touch easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's true. Sometimes people are just like, I don't know what to do.
No, but Kulsum's easy to track.
He's saying you're not very good with technology. Do you check your DMs?
I've learned
wish
it now.
one day we
I've
could
learned
share
it.
Daughters
a-
taught you?
Chat publicly, you will be.
Yeah, she has a gorgeous
Yeah, she
teenage
does.
daughter. Does she teach you everything?
No.
No?
He's teaching me.
Oh, he's teaching you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys. This was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Had a
And the
good
whole
time.
idea was to have a purposeful conversation, but also have like a really fun, easy chat.
Yeah.
Hai na?
It was so
Felt
much
good,
fun.
Yeah.
You need a blanket?
Also took
You're gonna
us
take a
back-
nap
No,
now?
no.
Your
I'm gonna go
house,
back
you
to
just
work.
feel comfortable and
Yeah.
then you're at home.
No, also this
the
was a
hospitality.
dive down
Thank you.
memory lane.
Yeah.
We went
It was
back to
really
the
good.
shoes flying. Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah, it's lovely to revisit your own journey because
Yeah.
then you learn there's so much more to it and you're grateful for it.
Yeah.
So I think we both cherish every moment and we are grateful for every person who's helped us through this journey in India, in Milan, be it the council, the members, the president, everyone. So we are super grateful.
It's an Oscar speech you feel.
She is gearing herself for just accepting awards now.
Yeah.
She's like,
There are a couple lined up in the year.
exactly.
No, I felt that list would have gone on.
You would like to thank the Academy?
Yes.
Inshallah, one day. One day you'll be thanking the Academy
Inshallah.
as well.
Maybe a survivor.
Yeah.
Not me.
Okay, that would be
Yeah,
even better.
please. That's
yeah.
a dream. That's on my vision board.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Okay, thank you guys. Big kiss.
Thank you.
Bye. So in my effort to support upcoming brands, I am wearing Ani Clothing, A&I Clothing, and DN Ma Jewelry. You can find them both on Instagram.